Give it up. Happy Filipino American Heritage Month, you guys. First established by the Filipino American National Historical Society in 1988, this month was recognized officially by Congress in 2009. Now, I know a lot of people like to joke that President Obama is our first Asian president, but I'm pretty sure this declaration of Filipino American Heritage Month by Congress, his first year in office, is actual proof. Or, at the very least, that the president is very good about keeping up his Asian-adjacent bona fides. It is Filipino American Heritage Month, which means that there has been a rash of articles popping up on my Facebook timeline about how Filipino food is the next big thing. Again. Andrew Zimmern said so all the way back in 2012. National Geographic warned their readers that the Filipino food wave is coming in 2015. But if that is true, then why didn't I pass like 4 gazillion Filipino restaurants on my way up here from the Loop? Shouldn't there be Filipino beers on the menu here at the Hop Leaf? And why aren't my pockets, my theoretical pockets, as this dress I am wearing doesn't actually have any pockets, stuffed full of lumpia? Why aren't all of our pockets stuffed with deep fried spring rolls chock full of pork? Sad to say, they are not, and we are all the poorer for it. Now, when these articles pop up on Facebook, they're usually followed by tags from old friends who say they want me to invite them along the next time I go to Uncle Mike's place on Grand and Paulina to eat my favorite Filipino breakfast, which consists of deep fried milkfish, eggs over easy, spam, garlic fried rice, and a warm cup of chocolate rice pudding called champurrado. But what these acquaintances don't know is that I am the last person you want to serve as your guide in the world of Filipino food and or culture. I mean, sure, I was born in the Philippines, but I haven't been there since 1984. I only own 3 pairs of flip-flops, and unlike most Filipino Americans, I am terrible at volleyball. I don't speak the language, and I didn't grow up eating at Jollibee. Oh yes, thing about Jollibee. Now, I love y'all, but please stop complaining to me about the hours-long wait at the new Jollibee restaurant that just opened in Skokie. It is not my fault you got beat to the line by a pack of retired nurses who were up at 3 in the morning to get there before you. Just do what I do. Go to Isla Filipina, which is on Lawrence and Campbell, order a plate of fried chicken and spaghetti, and then just wait for the hubbub at Jollibee to die down. I like going to Isla Filipina because it's run by low-key Filipino Americans who are approximately my age. The staff all have cool tattoos and occasionally play heavy metal instead of the usual Filipino language love ballads from the homeland. The food is delicious, inexpensive, and if you happen to have leftovers, be prepared to torture your fellow CTA passengers with the wonderful smell if you happen to take the bus or the L home after your dinner. Now, Isla Filipina is one of very few Filipino restaurants in this city. Because there are so few, I'm always interested when something Filipino happens in an American space. This past weekend, the folks at Filipino Kitchen threw their 2nd annual Cultura Festival at Emporium in Logan Square. The arcade games were turned off so the rice cookers could be plugged in. The pool tables were covered with plastic so folks had a spot to eat their longanisa tacos. I myself sampled chicken adobo made by 6 home cooks competing in the Adobo Fest contest. The folks at the infinity table gave away free bags of rice. The most popular accessory at Cultura that was not the kind of Coach handbag favored by my titas and nanais were adorable Filipino children. Now, I know it may be controversial and possibly even racist to say that Asian babies are the cutest. But when you are surrounded by doe-eyed moppets who, despite their absolute tininess, are inhaling large scoops of hot white rice topped with heaping chunks of pork stewed in pig's blood, it is hard not to feel a sense of pride and a swell of hope for the future. The Cultura Festival didn't feel like it was trendy, the peak and the next big thing that Filipino food is said to be. It has always been a big thing to me because, well, obviously I grew up eating it. I'm pretty sure that my blood supply is actually 30% fish sauce. But I've had time to pick it all apart and see the influences of Chinese, Japanese, Malay, Spanish, and even American cooking. It isn't exactly new. But maybe what people are realizing now is that it is more than the sum of its delicious parts. That fried chicken and spaghetti should be served everywhere, even here, and no breakfast is complete without garlic fried rice. Feel free to disagree with me, but do so at your peril. Not only because the next time I go to Uncle Mike's, I for sure will not be calling you up to join me, but also because that is one less person on the line at Jollibee that I have to worry about. Thank you.